There's really two types of trading that I focus on, technical and fundamental trading. More so technical versus fundamental trading, but the difference between technical and fundamental is technical is focusing more on the trend, support and resistance, figuring out market structure, things like that using indicators, versus fundamental is news and politics, things going on in the world that actually affect the markets. If you guys didn't know, when the elections were going on, that totally affected the markets in a dramatic way. As well as a couple years back, there was an Ariana Grande concert in London, and there was a bombing at that stadium that they were performing at, and that completely affected the value of the GBP. It shot down in value because something dramatic happened in the world. And by that bomb going off, it immediately affected the value of the GBP and it shot down. So in just a sec, we're gonna go in my computer. I'm gonna show you what this new strategy is and how you guys can perfect it. Let's go. All right, guys, so let's dive in. The first thing that you need to do is we're gonna go to forexfactory.com. Okay, it's very crucial. We need to, I don't know why I typed in Forex Factory, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna go to forexfactory.com. Might need to move my face around just for a sec. Okay, here we are, perfect. So another thing that I would do once you get here is go to the filter, and I would have all the boxes, or the only box checked would be the red one. Okay, that means that it's high impact news. So the red boxes are high impact news. Next, you're gonna go to this little green arrow. This will tell you when the next time we have news or the current time that we have news. So next time that we have news is at 8:30 p.m. It's currently 11:05 right now. So this is ahead an hour of my time. So you need to look at your current time, see how it resonates with the time that you're at now. So the next time we have news is at 8:30 p.m. and it is for the AUD, the Australian dollar. So I did do a video previously on backtesting, how to backtest. You guys can see that there is really no news or feedback of what happened previously. Last time that we had news on the specific currency was November 2nd. So earlier this month, we had news for this. But what I would do is, what I'm doing is I'm figuring out when the next time we have news is, and then I'm putting a reminder in my phone. So I'm gonna have an alarm set in my phone at 8:15 p.m., 15 minutes before this news event comes out. And then once my alarm comes on, I'm gonna actually go to the currency pair with AUD in it. So usually when we have a currency pair like AUD, I'll go to AD USD. If we have a currency pair like USD, I'll go to USD JPY, USD CAD. If we have a currency pair like CAD, news on CAD, I'll go to USD CAD. If we have GBP, I'll go to GBP USD. So since we have AUD, let's go to AUD USD. Where are you at? I honestly don't have a lot of Forex pairs put on here, so let's add it. All right, there we go. Where are you at? AUD USD? Okay, here we are. Okay, so hypothetically, let's pretend that the news is going to come out in 5 minutes. Let's fast forward to 8:30 p.m. Let's say it's 8:25. And what I'm going to do is, usually I'll do this on the minute 15, minute 30, or the hour 1 time frame, is I'm finding the previous or the current zones of support and resistance within the market range that we're in. So right here is where I'm looking. So I'm going to have support right here. I'm going to have my resistance. We'll go right here. Okay. And then what we're going to do is, right before this news comes out, what we're going to have is a buy and a sell stop set. So we would have our buy stop right here at 73682, and then we would have a sell stop at 73476. So I want you guys to understand that when news comes out, it literally will shoot up or will shoot down. And it's crazy because the first time that I ever used this strategy, I was trading AUD USD, and I remember I dropped a standard lot, and literally within seconds it hit my sell stop, and then I was in profit up like $300. So it hit like 30 pips in a matter of a couple of seconds, seriously, just by the news coming out so quickly. And I want you guys to understand, a big thing when it comes to news coming out is, a lot of the time the news will follow the trend. So if it's already in an uptrend, it's most likely going to keep going up. If it's in a downtrend, it's most likely going to keep going down. So definitely keep that in mind. But when I'm using this strategy, I'm using really big lot sizes. So you guys also need to keep in mind too, is we have a buy and a sell stop. So for my sell stop, my stop loss for my sell stop is going to be where my buy stop is. And then my stop loss for my buy stop is going to be where my sell stop is. So total, right here looking, you have like 20 pips of risk, not too much. So I want you guys to understand that when I'm using this strategy too, I'm using really big lot sizes because when the market moves, I'm just catching that real quick move right there. So let's go back and let's see if we could find like where news came out. Usually you'll understand when it's news when you see these long candles like right here. This is for sure from news. Something had happened that made the market just boom shoot up like that. And the other thing you need to look at is we are already in an uptrend. So as an uptrend came down to the moving average or 20 MA and then boom rejected it and shot up. So now when this news comes out, I'm going to go to a little bit of a higher time frame to see our overall trend. Okay, so we are in an uptrend. Looks like we're starting to go into a downtrend. We should find support right around this range. So we're overall going to look, like I said, before the news comes out is when we want to actually look at the markets and see what it's doing. And then we can put our buy and our sell stop and then let the markets do its thing. So the next thing that you guys need to understand is we have a buy and a sell stop when we're using a strategy. So once one of those gets hit, we're going to delete the other one. Because when we're using a buy and a sell stop, these are pending orders. Just as if we had a buy limit and a sell limit, those are pending orders too. But if you enter by market execution, that's automatically entering you right in the markets at the current price of the market. So with a buy and a sell stop, it's a pending order. So let's say that we see the market, it's coming down, we hit our sell stop, boom. Let's delete our buy stop and let's run it. Let's just find a point of support or resistance we want it to go to. Hypothetically, let's pretend that the market came down, hit our sell stop, and we're going to this point of support. Boom, that's 21 pips on the line. So if you're using a standard lot, that's $210 on the line right there. Quick $210, and it can easily move down there 20 pips like that when news comes out. Like when news comes out, the market can move like 20 pips, 30 pips, 50 pips really, really quick. I've even seen the market on NZD USD one time. It shot down 100 pips literally within a matter of a couple of minutes from news coming out. So it's obviously, it all depends on the news, what type of news is coming out. But we can see right here, if we go to the folder, we can get previous information on what happened. Perfect. So right here it says the history. So we can go back and we can back test. So you can go to the date. Let's say for USD, we go to USD JPY on November 2nd. And then we would actually look at November 2nd, probably on like the minute 15 time frame. And we're looking for those long candles, any type of candles that are going to show us like, this is when the news came out. So we can get previous information. And that's overall how we back test. So we can get that information on things that happened in the past and then present it in the future. Because at the end of the day, guys, it's crazy because Forex, like the market, once it does it one time, it will do it again and again and again and again. And that's why I tell you guys, find your support resistance zones, because once it hits that zone one time, it'll hit it again and again. Because off this pink line right here, as we look at it, we had resistance right here. Resistance, 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 resistance. Then it later became support, support, support. So once it hits a zone in the past, it'll most likely hit it time and time after again. So same thing right here, it hit the zone. Looks like it hit it again, so we're going to see what happens at this point in time. But this is the new strategy. I hope that you guys got value from it. If you have not subscribed to my channel, definitely make sure that you do. Also, my new course did drop November 27th, so if you haven't got that, definitely look into that. There should be a link in the description below, and there's a lot of value in that course, just letting you guys know. Also, my 7-day trial is still open if you guys want my signals, you want my one-on-one help. The 7-day trial is a great opportunity for every single one of you watching. But I appreciate you guys all watching this video all the way through. Let's get it. See you guys later.